Good evening and welcome once again to another episode, enthrallingly, of RV News. I am Chris Young, along with the over 6 feet tall Ian Baker. Ian, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How about yourself?
Doing great, doing great. Hey, before we get started, quick question. You're from Hawaii?
Yeah, blood. Yep.
Yeah, blood's from. Can you laugh loud in Hawaii, or is it just a low ha?
Ha.
A brand new federal agency has been revived. Back in 2011, the Obama administration started the FICOR, which is a collection of government agencies to help federally manage lands, kind of regulate and be a little bit better for those camping enthusiasts. Well, if you are a fan of those open public lands, guess what? FICOR is back, and your camping experience will be even better starting this year.
That's fantastic, Chris. And if, let's say you want to get out there into some of those lands, maybe you have a truck camper. Well, we now have a new device that makes it a little bit easier to haul some of those. And it is the WDT909, which is a weight distribution trailer that they have come out with. And what it does is it helps distribute the weight from the rear axle onto the front axle, so it helps utilize the entire truck suspension. So that way you're not overloading that rear axle, which a lot of people, when you start looking at truck campers, can be a big problem.
So heavier weight, I can finally get the upgrade on the bonus meal.
Supersize it, buddy.
I'm loving it. Last year, the Nepallo pontoons hit the market with a big splash. And yes, they are back and better in 2023. And these things just launched last month. So if you haven't had a chance to pick up your traditional lounger, quad lounger, or my favorite, the quad angler, get them because they are going fast. And Ian, I'm excited because I finally get to use my Finding Nemo floaties.
That's why? That's it.
Yeah.
Not only can you have fun in the sun on the lake with the Nepallo pontoons, but as you all know, solar is becoming a bigger and bigger need and want in the RV space. So as we're starting to see, a lot of manufacturers have listened, and they either come with solar panels now on a lot of the RVs, or at the very least, most of them have solar prep. And that's a good thing because as we talked about, starting to go into some of those spaces, doing a little more boondocking, this will allow you to keep that battery trickle charged, or with some of the more advanced systems and big enough batteries, you can actually run a lot of your systems, including now even some of your ACs, which is huge. And
that is huge.
Especially the fact that, it's essentially free energy, right? We're harvesting it from the sun, should have it for the next 5 million plus years.
Dude, I'm loving that. For what we have in the next 5 seconds, we're going to go to campground enthusiast and videographer extraordinaire Little Robert Devlins with an update on what's happening at the campgrounds. Bobby?
It's a snake, Christopher. It's a snake.
Enthralling as always, Bobby. Thank you. Well, Ian, talking about solar prep, Wi-Fi is also huge. Manufacturers are making leaps and bounds, not only making Wi-Fi more available, but making it stronger. So if you want to go further into the woods, do some boondocking, gotta have that strong Wi-Fi. And me, for one, I'm excited about this because when I am boondocking, I am not missing keeping up with the Kardashians.
Well, Chris, luckily, a lot of people are in that boat. You wouldn't be alone.
Not a lot of the Kardashians are in it.
People have to keep up with the Kardashians, and a lot of people want to be able to do it in their RV. What we're starting to see is a lot more people shifting over into full-time RV living, and for good reason. A lot of people, it was something that maybe they thought about, but now, especially with the rising prices we're starting to see on housing, it's now starting to be a lot more affordable option as well as more appealing because you can take it anywhere. You can travel with the weather. So one of the questions we often get, Chris, is what is the best full-time RVing rig out there? What is the best full-time RV? And it's a loaded question because there's a lot.
Yeah.
But,
well, and you got to think, because RVing, whether it's full-time or not, is going to be different in Buffalo than it is in Albuquerque. So
correct.
You got to use some common sense with this. I know people don't like to hear that a lot of times, but you got to think about your environment and where you're at as to what's going to be full-time. But do you got any suggestions?
So for me, Chris, actually, it's might be a little bit of a hot take, but it's a newcomer to the game.
Okay.
It is actually the Forest River East to West Tahara 365 RL.
Yes.
It is a fantastic layout. It is big. It's bright. They did a great job on the interior. But when we're talking about full-time living, we can't just have the storage space, which is a crucial, but you also need to make sure it's built well. So you're looking at 3 AC standard to keep you nice and cool when it's hot, a 40,000 BTU furnace plus a fireplace to keep you nice and hot when it's cool.
Right.
And on top of all that, you have excellent construction with Asdel sidewalls, so that way it will stay nice for years to come. It's not going to delaminate.
Those are good because I think they're rated 0 to over 100 degrees as far as that insulation goes. So
For sure.
That's a good one. When I first saw this, first thing that popped in my head, another newcomer to the market, the Happier Camper. It's a welded double shell fiberglass. It's got that modular system so you could set it up for whether you want couple stay, queen size bed, king size bed, kitchen, even has a bathroom option now. They are a little bit small, but being that fiberglass shell, really good insulation, and they're generational. They're gonna last year after year. So if I'm gonna be in it full time, I'm gonna need it to last. Now, destination RVs are great. The cottages are great because they have things like residential style hot water heaters. But to me, if somebody's gonna be in it full time, gotta tell you, Happier Camper along with the O'Hara, it's probably two really good options to take a look at.
I think so.
And readily available at Camping World.
That's right, buddy.
So that's great. And also readily available at Camping World, not us, but RV News can be found right here each and every month when you come by the YouTube channel at Camping World. And we'd like to thank you so much for joining us for this month's edition of RV News. Oh, and Ian, did I tell you, I took some of your advice. My kid is finally beginning to treat me like a god.
Oh?
Yeah.
Go on.
Completely ignores me unless he needs something.
And with that, RV News out.